Hey there, Kaylin here. Welcome to another video in the Too Many Cards series that Emily Leiphart and I have created. Today we're using the Catherine Pooler Amber's World stamps and die set, as well as the Life of the Party mini ink collection. First, I'm taking some watercolor paper that I already cut down to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, so it will fit on a card front. And then I'm taking the first 4 inks in the collection, the red, orange, yellow, and kind of the pinkish color. And I'm just stamping those directly down on a craft mat. This is the Tim Holtz craft mat, and I really love it because you can just stamp whatever you want on it and it will wash clean very easily. So I stamped those inks down and then just took some water in a spray bottle, sprayed some water on top of them, and I'm now mixing them with my finger to blend them a bit. Then I'm taking the watercolor paper and just smushing it right on top of all of those inks, and it creates a beautiful, organic, and colorful background. Once I have that first layer, I'm then just pressing it down a couple more times to get some other ink and just a little more variation in that design. Now that I'm letting that dry, I'm going to be using some of the stamps in this set with my Misty, and I'm going to be stamping these stamps down on watercolor paper, and that's why I chose to use my Misty for this. Watercolor paper, especially the kind that I have, is very textured, and so it doesn't stamp really evenly on it. So that's why using the Misty is really great for this, because you can do it again and again and ensure that you have a nice, crisp, and clear image. So as you can see, the first time didn't get very well saturated with ink, so I'm just stamping it down a couple more times. I think I did like 4 or 5 times in total. Now I'm stamping a couple of the smaller flowers in this stamp set and just repeating that process. Once I'm done all of my stamping of these small pieces, I just die cut them out using my Sizzix Big Shot machine. Now I'm using the same inks that I used earlier, and I'm just taking a water brush. I love using a water brush for painting and doing hand lettering, but it's also awesome for coloring in stamped images. So that's why I wanted to stamp and die cut these out of watercolor paper so that I could easily paint on top of them. So just taking a couple of other colors and blending in, doing some fun coloring, and it really doesn't have to be exact. You can just kind of go for it and mix the colors, and they work beautifully together. Just kind of a side note, if you notice the lighting changing in my video today, it's because I film using natural light using my window, and today it was just a very cloudy but sunny day, so the clouds were just in and out and the sun was in and out. So that's why there's a little bit of variation in the lighting. Just thought I'd let you know. Now using some yellow and green ink to fill in some of the leaf shapes. Once all of my coloring is done for my stamped images, I'm going back to my Misty, putting in my now dried watercolor background, and then I'm going to be stamping the feature stamp in this stamp set, which is the beautiful floral globe image. Now this one is a very detailed stamp, and again I was stamping on watercolor paper, and as you see with one press down, it really did not do very well. So part of that might have been because this was a new stamp and I could have probably prepped it a little bit better, but really the reason is that watercolor paper is just very textured. So as you can see, the more you stamp it down using the Misty, the better and better it gets, and it just really is the best tool for this kind of thing. So once I got that to the place where I liked it, I chose my sentiment, and I wanted to use the I miss you sentiment. So it just inked that up again and repeated the same process, stamping it down a couple of times until I got it as dark as I wanted it. So now that that background layer is all done, I'm just going to use my Tombow Mono Multi Glue and adhere that down to a cream card base. I then used that same adhesive and just kind of randomly adhered the different flowers and leaf images over top of that globe. I could have finished the card there, but I decided I wanted to add a little bit of sparkle and shine, which I love doing lately. So I chose some sequins, big and small, and decided to add those to the card using some glue dots. And I just really love the way these sequins in particular play off of the watercolored ink background. I just think they really bring out some nice shades and also bring out a little bit of the yellow and green in the leaves as well. So I just took some glue dots and pressed those on top of the glue dot and then pressed them right onto my card. I also decided to add some Nouveau drops, some of the crystals that they have, and so really just kind of placing those around the card and just filling in some other areas that I wanted to add a little bit of texture and shine. And that is going to be the finishing touch on this card. I really hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it so much. I loved watercoloring it with these inks and these stamps. Be sure to check out Emily's video to see how she used these stamps and dies to make her own card project. And also be sure to check out the description box below for your chance to enter a giveaway for Catherine Pooler. And be sure to subscribe and give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching.